Hey there, this is John Gibson, creator of the Bod-e-Volv Body Transformation Coaching Program. And today I want to continue to talk to you about willpower, but I want to give you a different technique, a new, I guess not necessarily new, but it might be new to you, a technique that will help you improve your willpower. And that technique is to meditate. Let's talk about different ways that we can do this. And honestly, it doesn't have to be this intense, program. There's certain books that I've read on meditation that, turn it into this, it has to be this transcendent thing and it has to kind of envelop your whole life. Meditation can be something you can do in the small little moments. But what the research shows is meditation will actually improve your HRV. And remember from last video, we talked about what HRV is. It stands for heart rate variability. The higher the variability in your heart rate, the more your heart rate goes up and down, the better. That means that your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest nervous system is kicking in and helping your body relax. The more tight and controlled and faster your heart rate is, the more stressed you are. The lower your heart rate variability is. And meditation will help go from a stress situation to more of a relaxed and a higher heart rate variability so that we can actually improve your willpower. Now, to be honest, meditation may actually help kind of replenish your willpower. Now, we talked about how willpower is a fatigue, or it is fatigable. If we could do something to help it recover and become stronger during the day, after we fatigued it a little bit, do something in the middle of the day that helps kind of replenish it, our willpower will be able to last longer. And meditation it might possibly be able to do that. By just changing your mindset, by focusing on something, we can improve your willpower a little bit more. Now, remember that we talked about fatiguing it and actually having a challenge where if you challenge it and you wait, that will improve your willpower. Part of the reason that we meditate is to help us learn how to focus more. And that, in a way, it kind of does challenge our willpower, but it does it in a way that actually helps replenish your willpower also. Because the whole goal of meditation is to teach you to focus on one thing. So there's some meditative techniques where you focus on your breathing, or you focus on a chant or something like that. But the idea is you focus just on that, and as your mind wanders, you bring it back. Just bring it back to whatever you're focusing on. And I'm going to teach you a technique that I like, and one that I use, partly because the words that are used, not necessarily a prayer, it's not a chant, but it's just something to kind of, just using these words help you kind of release certain things. Just feel like you're releasing energy and relaxing a little bit more. I'll teach you that in just a minute. But by learning how to focus more, again, we're challenging your willpower because your mind wants to go all over the place, especially in our day and age. I've gone and watched students study because, again, I teach at a college university, and I've kind of see what some of my students do when they're studying. And while they're studying, they've got their laptop up. They've got their phone over here. They maybe have a tablet here. On their computer, they might have a movie going. They're playing a game of solitaire, and they have just different things on their screen. We got our phone, and we're constantly checking that out, and we're doing Facebook, and we've got so many different things that are just pulling our attention different directions. So it can be a challenge to bring everything together and just focus on one individual thing. And by meditating, we can actually start to learn how to do that. And that can help strengthen our willpower, but again, it can also help replenish our willpower during the middle of the day. To give you an example of how I use that, when I work with my clients, sometimes I will be working with an individual client, and the situation will become stressful. Not necessarily because of stress between the two of us, but because maybe my client is going through a hard time. For example, there was one client that I was working with, and she said she was going through a stressful moment in her life, and I kind of talked with her and tried to find out what's going on, and eventually found out that her husband had a terminal illness, and they didn't expect him to live very much longer. Now, for me personally, I took that on myself. I took those emotions on me and tried to see what it felt like for her, so I could hopefully try to relate with her a little bit better, because honestly, I have never really I've lost my grandpa, and that's about it. And he was older, so again, his death wasn't necessarily as hard as it would be if I was to lose my spouse or to lose one of my kids or something like that. So that was something I didn't necessarily understand, and I wanted to try to understand a little bit better, but I took those emotions on me. Now, as soon as I finished talking with her, I needed to talk with a different client, and I didn't want to bring those emotions into that conversation. Now, doing what I did with that first client that would decrease my willpower. It was taxing my willpower, and having those somewhat negative emotions was, kind of bringing me down, and I needed to change my mental state. So what I did in between was I got in just a comfortable position, just, sitting up like I am right now, and just closed my eyes and did a little meditation for about 5 to 10 minutes. And what that did is it just kind of reset my emotions. It also helped, kind of get rid of the negative emotions, and also helped me feel like I had a little bit more willpower. So that when I could go to the next client, which again, we're going to run into struggles and problems, and that's why I'm getting on the phone with them, is because they're having a hard time at the moment and we need to figure out a way to help them out. And so I'm going to run into the next stressful moment. We're going to talk over those things. I'm going to take those emotions on me. So between them, I'll take 5 to 10 minutes, do a little bit of meditation so that I can meet with the next client and kind of work through all those things. So again, meditation is a way that we can replenish our willpower. We can change our emotional state if we need to, and we can, go into a new situation a little bit more lively, a little more energetic. So let me teach you the technique that I use to help me meditate. And I learned this technique from a guy by the name of Brendon Burchard. Now, he's not necessarily a spiritual leader, so I don't necessarily want to get into the spiritual side of meditation or anything, but you can use this for about 5 to 20 minutes or so. I like to use about 20 minutes. If I only have 5 minutes between a client, then I'll use it then. But if I've got 20 minutes in the middle of the day, or anytime I've got a 20-minute block, I will take some time to meditate. And here's literally what I do. I'll sit in a comfortable position. I'm not laying down, I'm not getting so relaxed that I'll fall asleep, but I just want to sit in a comfortable position, whether that's sitting on the floor or sitting up in a chair, but somewhere where I feel comfortable. Just relax my entire body, and then I'll close my eyes. And again, we're trying to focus on something. So some have taught just focus on breathing. But what I like with what I learned from Brendon Burchard is focusing on certain words, or certain one word, I guess, but it kind of helps you release some of the tension or different things going on. And we use the word release. So all I do is just relax, and I'll just close my eyes, and in my mind, I'll just say, release, release, release. And I'll just kind of say that over and over again. Now, I don't want to go through it all with you. I'll let you do that on your own. But the idea is you can have some meditative music. You can do it just in quiet. I enjoy to do it in just the quiet. But by saying those words, I can literally feel more relaxed. I can feel like I am releasing negative energy and releasing negative emotions and things like that. And it helps reset my mental capacities. It helps replenish my willpower, so I feel a little bit rejuvenated, so that I can go a little bit more throughout the day. Now, as you're going through this, one thing to remember is your mind's going to be constantly taken other places. So we already talked about focusing, and the whole goal is to bring your focus back to what you're meditating on. So if we're saying the word release, keep saying that over and over in your mind. The 20 minutes actually will seem like it will go fairly quick. Maybe in the beginning it might feel like it's a long time. Eventually your body will be able to relax more. And as your mind starts to wander, as your mind starts to wander, just stop yourself. Don't get upset. Don't say, oh, I can't focus, what's wrong with me? Just say, oh, my mind's wandering. Okay, bring it back. Release, release, and bring that back to that term, or that what you're focusing on, and focus on that one thing. And again, just by focusing, you're going to improve your ability to focus. So you'll be more focused at home, more focused at your work, more focused on what you're doing at that moment, but also it will help you strengthen your willpower, because you're trying to resist going to other areas. But again, don't fight yourself. If you go there, just bring yourself back so you can focus more. And what you'll find is over time, eventually your focus will be longer. You'll be able to focus on those terms, that word release, for a longer period of time. And eventually you will be able to work your whole way through the 20 minutes without your mind wandering. Now, you may have heard me tell this story about Molly. And remember, Molly is actually a coach in the Bod-e-Volv coaching program. She helps me kind of coach on the nutritional side of things. She shares, her experience, her struggles, and she helps coach people through that side and focuses on, making amazing tasting food, because she is a fat loss gourmet chef. I mean, the recipes she's created for me already are just awesome. I have yet to have one that I would say doesn't taste very good. But there was a time in the program when I was actually coaching Molly, because she went through the Bod-e-Volv coaching program. And as she went through it, there was a time where she emailed me just stressed out of her mind. It was right around Christmas, right between Christmas and Thanksgiving. Her husband had just lost his job. basically were kicked out of the place they were living in because I guess they were living in a house that was put up on the market for sale, and they had to move out of it. And she had to pick up 3 jobs, and I mean, just everything seemed to come crashing down on them. And again, right around Christmas, that's stressful enough for a lot of people. And when she told me all these things, and first thing that pops in my mind is, oh, she's stressed. We need to help her out with the stress, because the reason why she was emailing me, she hadn't lost any weight in the last 4 to 6 weeks. And she was like, what's going on? I've been losing weight really well. Why am I not losing weight now? So we focused on her stress. And my recommendation for her was to not work out, was to go to the gym and just walk on the treadmill, not lift weights, not do anything strenuous, and then to relax a little bit on her eating and not be so focused on eating really well or anything like that. Now, what I should have done, I wish I would have done at that time, was to add in more meditation for her also. But just by having her relax a little bit and decrease the amount of stress that she had, which again, meditation will help you out immensely well with your stress levels, she lost 4 pounds that week. Then the next week she lost an additional 4 pounds. And I believe the next week she lost another 3 pounds. And then it kind of continued on, and eventually went to 1 to 2 pounds a week for about the rest of the program. And it really all comes down to, once she was able to decrease some of the stress in her life, or manage that stress a little bit better, not necessarily decrease it, but manage it better, that she was able to really start losing weight. And meditation is a way that you can control or manage your own stress. Now, in the Bod-e-Volv coaching program, I will be there to help you out with those things. For example, when Molly emailed me, she had no clue what to do. I was able to look at her email. I actually was able to look at it from a different perspective. Now, I told you right away that she was stressed. Honestly, she didn't see the amount of stress she was dealing with. And when I responded back to her and it's like, hey, it sounds like you're stressed. Here's probably why your body's responding that way. She came back with, I didn't even think about that. I didn't realize how stressed I was. She knew she was stressed, but she didn't realize how stressed she was. So I can look at certain things. Molly can look at certain things. Sharing your experience with some of the other women in the group, they can look at certain things and help you out. We can all work together to help you achieve your goals. And even if you don't want to share it with everybody, you just want to share things with me individually and share some of your struggles and say, hey, I need some help because I'm struggling with this. I'm there to help you out. I'm there as a coach. My job is to help you achieve your goal, help you look at things from different perspectives, and find the best ways that will work for you. I believe that anyone can achieve their goal, their weight loss goal, their fitness goals, whatever it is, if they believe they can, and if they have the help to be able to look at things from different perspectives. We can't always do it on our own.
The Bod-e-Volv Body Transformation Coaching Program is a women's only online fat loss program where I've helped hundreds of women transform their bodies and lives. Enrollment for this program will open soon. If you have the desire to lose the excess fat you are carrying, even if you wonder if you can do it, this program will help you. If you want to see results like these women, then let me help you out. Until Bod-e-Volv officially opens, you can either click this button or the link in the description to learn how to get control of your food cravings by working with your individual physiology, all while still being able to responsibly enjoy your favorite foods. You can look and feel the way you want, and I'm here to help you. Go ahead and click the link.